Namaste, sir. Listen, my name is Mukesh Sangal, and actually, why we are here is because we are collecting, testimonials from our parents. So, before we start with the other questions, I would like to request you to kindly introduce yourself very quickly.
My name is Elsa. I'm a dermatologist at Dr. Lumana Memorial Hospital.
I'm Dr. Manish Pidananga. I also work in Dr. Lumana Hospital and Vatapur Hospital. I'm an orthopedic surgeon.
So a surgeon. We are my reason. Thank you so much for the introduction. We have so many schools in Bhaktapur and in Kathmandu, but you have your kid here in Rajarshi Gurukul. So why Rajarshi Gurukul?
So when I was looking for a school for Tiarrah, I wanted a place where she could be comfortable, learn without fear, especially because she was learning in India and in there with my parents. So she had zero knowledge of Nepali. So being a straight A student, I didn't want her to, her confidence to crash just because she's learning a new language. So a comfortable environment where progress is encouraged, not just excellence. Well, that was one reason. Something else?
That's definitely thinking.
Yeah.
And besides, it's very convenient for us. If we send her to school in Kathmandu, it would take some 1 hour, just traveling. So for us, it's convenient, and we heard very good review about. We heard good about Rajarshi Gurukul. So we went, checked, and later we decided okay, this is gonna be good. And even Tia, when we went to visit the first time there, so she was very excited, and she said, "Okay, I want to get admitted here." So from childhood, we've always been listening to her. What she decides, it's her opinion. So yeah, it happens with us.
Then I also, the teacher-student ratio in RG. So especially in primary school, where there are 2 teachers in a class at all times, it's like 1 teacher for 10 students approach. It becomes like that. So that's really good. Every child gets attention. I like that about it as well.
And actually, that's one of our specialty. We try to, focus on every single child because we have to, focus equally for their overall development. Now, I would like to ask you another question. When she is coming back from the school, right? What kind of experience, does she share to you?
Actually, that's the healthy the end.
Whether he's talking about the teacher, whether he's talking about, we did this or we did that, or this happened with that, and what kind of experience does she share that?
Yeah, of course. She talks to her mom and every day, what all she did, and she's always happy. There's no day she said I don't want to go to school. Actually, before or Nepali.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one time.
So that's a challenge, right? Nepali language is a challenge to you.
I'll tell you what happened that particular day. It was her first Nepali unit test. So from the time she came back from school, she was she cried and she convinced me not to send her to school. I said, all right, okay, no problem, but you don't have to go to school. Let's just learn it anyway. I didn't send her to school the next day, but, she learned it. And by the time, she went back to school, her teachers eventually made her go through the unit test and she performed pretty well. So I feel the teachers are lenient to, and so I can say that, the Nepali. It's not she can score 40, but, she always 40 on 50 there. But she sort of scores that much every time. That is sort of encouraging. Yeah? She doesn't feel like it's too hard that she won't be able to do it. The teacher encourages her, with this.
Yeah.
So now that, for her finals, we got to know that she got 39 on 50, and she's like, why did I lose, Where did those marks go?
The confidence is
it is definitely giving her.
I felt that, it happened to me also. I was born and brought up in Calcutta. So there I was learning Bengali, right? And after grade 6, I went to Darjeeling and I had to study Nepali. So, I nearly failed in my first examination. But after that, eventually, it changed and I scored good numbers. So, when you told me about her experience, I felt that thing, I also went through that situation. But there's nothing much to worry about because we are there to help her. And eventually that's going to get minimized. But now, I would also like to ask you one question. It's not a question, actually. If there's anything what, RG is providing, of course, it's more than sufficient in every single aspect. But still, we might have some loopholes or we might have some flaws. So would you like to suggest something to us, or if you think that no, in this particular sector, if RG will do, then then remove better for my child or something like that? Any suggestions?
If you talk about advisor.
No, I mean, I would more communication,
No communication.
with school authorities. Like we get to communicate with the class teacher, yes. But then, if there is a class group where parents can also interact with each other, and in case we post a question, it's not just the teacher who has to answer. Even, any parent who knows the answer but answers, that would be good. A class group on Bible or something like that. That would be nice. And, like my daughter's a reader. She loves reading.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So when I went to the library, I was impressed with the collection of books. Like there was an Enlightened, there was the Cunning Dictionaries, Geronimo's, Harry Potter. There was, the classics, everything was there. But then they don't get to choose the books. You can't get So it's a librarian who distributes the books. So, I would like that to change. Yeah. And in 5 minutes, they pick their book. Yeah.
And
That's one thing. And maybe more competitions.
more competition.
More competitions, definitely. Because, and they get to assess themselves. That's one. They get a position where they are compared to the peer group. That's one thing I want. What else? And then that's
And like selection for company.
fair selection with Amadeus.
Fair selection.
I know her strength and weakness. So when she came and told me that she got chosen for spelling bee, I was like, I was laughing inside because that's not her strongest point. And I'm sure there are better kids in class. I mean, maybe not, but
Of course, like we have like better students. Every student is not perfect in all these sectors here. But what we are trying is to we are trying to uplift every single student, almost all the sectors. All right, then I think that we have come to the end of this interview. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.